Ever wonder how, like, new types of rice actually get developed?
Yeah.
It's not just random. Farmers have a really big say in it.
Hmm.
So today we are diving into a research brief from the International Rice Research Institute to see what farmers in South and Southeast Asia want to see in their future rice crops.
Oh.
It's kind of like getting a sneak peek into the rice paddies of tomorrow.
Yeah, and the researchers use a really cool approach called the investment game application to figure this out.
Oh, wow.
It basically let farmers act as like virtual breeders
Oh.
and like allocate imaginary funds to the traits they valued most.
So no more relying on guesswork. We're
Right.
getting insights straight from the source.
Exactly.
What surprised you most about what farmers are prioritizing?
Well, you might think with all this talk about climate change
Mm-hmm.
that farmers would be like totally focused on drought or flood resistance.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But this study found something pretty interesting.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Their top concern.
Yeah.
Biotic stresses.
Right.
Like they're willing to put down a huge chunk of their breeding funds, like we're talking 33 to 65%,
Wow.
to develop rice varieties that could resist pests and diseases.
That's way more than I would have guessed.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're a farmer dealing with like stem borer infestations year after year,
Oh, yeah.
or like rice blasts wiping out your crops, it makes sense that you'd want to tackle that first.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
They're dealing with these threats every day, so it feels
Mm.
a lot more urgent than the longer-term impacts of climate change,
Yeah.
at least when it comes to their breeding priorities.
Mm.
It really challenges some of those like assumptions people have about what farmers are worried about.
It definitely does make you think about how different perspectives shape these issues. So if biotic stress tolerance was their number one, what came in second?
So market-driven grain quality was the second highest priority,
Okay.
particularly slender rice grains. Farmers put 11 to 43% of their virtual funds towards that.
Well, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Why the focus on slender grains specifically? Are those just like more popular?
It seems so, yeah.
Okay.
This shows that farmers aren't just growing for themselves, they're growing to sell.
Right.
They got to be in tune with what consumers are looking for, and it seems like slender grains are in high demand.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So we're seeing a mix of like practicality and market awareness driving their choices.
Definitely.
It's not just about growing healthy crops.
Right.
They're thinking about the entire chain from the farm to the consumer.
Mhm.
They're like savvy business people.
That's a great way to put it, yeah.
Yeah.
And this study shows how important it is to think about both of those things when we're talking about agricultural development.
It really adds another layer to the whole conversation.
There's another finding in this study that I thought was pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
It has to do with gender and breeding preferences.
Right. I was
Yeah.
curious about that.
Yeah, so they found a really high level of agreement
Mhm.
between men and women farmers on these like top traits.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah,
It seems like everyone's equally aware of these practical concerns and market trends.
exactly. It shows that both men and women are thinking along the same lines.
Yeah.
This really highlights how important inclusive research and development is.
Right.
It's about making sure we're hearing from everyone,
Yeah, for sure.
regardless of gender.
Absolutely. It's about making sure that the solutions we're coming up with work for all farmers.
Right.
So this research gives us a really good idea of what farmers are looking for, but how do we actually like use this information? Like how do we put it into action?
Well, that's where things get really exciting.
Okay.
This information can actually be used to like guide rice breeding programs.
So it's like a roadmap for researchers,
Exactly.
helping them focus on developing the varieties that really match what farmers need.
That's the idea. Gotcha. By understanding what farmers want, breeders can prioritize the traits that are going to actually make a difference. It's about making sure that all that research effort is aligned with what the people who will benefit from it actually want.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's like taking out all the guesswork and making the whole system more efficient.
And it brings up this idea of collaboration.
Okay.
It's not just about researchers doing their thing.
Uh-huh.
We need farmers and like the whole agricultural community to work together.
Right. It's not just science happening in a vacuum.
Exactly.
We need everyone at the table.
Yeah, to make sure we're moving in the right direction.
So we've talked about what farmers want and how research can help and how collaboration is key.
Right.
What does this all mean for the future of rice? Like, even bigger picture, what does it mean for food in general?
That's a big question.
Yeah, it is.
Something I think everyone listening should really consider. What if you were in charge of rice breeding research? What would you focus on?
Wow, you're right. It makes you realize the weight of those decisions.
It does.
Yeah.
The choices we make now impact the whole food system.
Right.
It's not just about rice. It's about how we're going to feed the world. Your choices could impact food security, global food systems, the livelihoods of millions of farmers.
That's a lot to think about.
It is,
Yeah.
but it's a good thing to think about.
Yeah.
It makes us really examine these complicated systems that shape our lives.
Sometimes asking the right questions is just as important as getting the answers.
Absolutely. And that's what these deep dives are all about.
Yeah.
Getting below the surface and thinking about these big issues.
Okay, so to wrap things up, we've learned that farmers are the heart of rice development, prioritizing practical solutions, market trends, gender equality.
Yeah.
This research gives us a peek into their world and a roadmap for research,
Right.
and reminds us that we need to work together to build a sustainable food system.
And as we just talked about, it leaves us with a really important question to consider.
Yeah.
What are your priorities for the future of rice?
Food for thought, right? Yeah, it really is. Next time I have rice, I'll be thinking about all the thought that went into it.
Yeah, it's easy to forget about where our food comes from.
It is.
But, learning a little bit about it makes you appreciate it so much more.
Oh, for sure. It reminds you that even a simple bowl of rice is connected to all these bigger things.
Research collaboration, like the whole global food system.
Yeah, it all comes back to the farmers.
Exactly.
They're the ones out there every day.
Right. They're the ones facing all these challenges. They're the key to making things better.
Absolutely well said. So to everyone listening out there,
Yeah.
next time you have rice, think about the farmers and maybe think about your own priorities for rice.
It's a fun way to think about some pretty big issues.
Until next time, happy diving.